Restoring Illinois to greatness. This is Illinois Rising, presented by the Illinois Policy Institute and hosted by AM 560's Dan Proft.
Dan Proft back with Pat Hughes on this edition of Illinois Rising. And Pat, these analyses we've been doing regionally in the Chicago metropolitan area of property taxes. We most recently looked at Northwest Suburban Cook County. This is northcooknews.com, which is one of my papers. And it's the same story. It's the same story no matter where you go. It's just how much damage is being done by the state's predatory property tax classification system. Of course, disproportionately negatively impacting the poor, but everybody's getting crushed. Everybody's having their home equity stolen from out underneath them. Everyone is in the position of not owning their home, but renting it from the government. And some, middle to upper middle income suburban communities in Northwest Cook, no exception. Listen to this story. Rosalind Sternfeld. She appealed her property tax bill for her white brick split level at 7636 Kildare Avenue in Skokie. The Cook County assessor said he believed it was worth $320,000, using round numbers, up from $248,000 a year early, 30% increase in value. Her property taxes, $6,200 in 2015, would be rising. She appealed. The assessor gave in a little. He dropped it from $320 to $317, still a 27% hike. Now, Ms. Sternfeld was looking at a new bill of around $8,000 or 2.5% of her home's supposed value. With no mortgage, that would, because she paid off this bill decades ago. She's looking at a $667 a month property tax bill to keep a home she's lived in the 60s when she moved there with her late husband, a pediatrician, Dr. Jack Sternfeld. Last month of 2017, so in February, this 90-year-old woman, Rosalind Sternfeld, who the assessor said had a home worth $317,000 and a property tax bill of $8,000, sold her home for $100,000.
Unbelievable. It's predatory. That's the words you used.
And she had, people say, well, what about the senior exemption? She had the senior exemption. It was worth like $500.
The senior exemption.
And how does that work? I don't know.
She's getting
nobody knows. This is mysticism.
She's getting taxed on $240,000 worth of equity she doesn't have.
And it's the same story over there. That's just an egregious example, particularly somebody who made a life for themselves to the age of 90 in Illinois and just had their home taken. That's what this is. These are government takings. Here's the story. Median home prices 2007 and 2015 in Northwest Suburban Cook. Wheeling, down 46%. Streamwood, 42%. Des Plaines, down 42%. Niles, down 41%. Morton Grove, down 40%. Skokie, down 39%. Rolling Meadows, 39%. Lincolnwood, 37%. Elk Grove Village, 37%. Schaumburg, 36%. Prospect Heights, 36%. Palatine, 35%. All the way down to the least negatively impacted. In Arlington Heights, you're fortunate over that 8-year period, you've only seen your effective home value go down 20%.
Right, and some of that, Dan, is the market, right? The market was valued higher and now it's valued lower. But so much of it is the fact that no one can come in and buy those homes for what they would ordinarily be worth because the nut they have to crack on the property taxes make it unattainable for them. And that's what drives these values down.
That's it. And you're a real estate developer. You understand this. Here's the story in Illinois. Your home value goes up, your property taxes go up. Your home value goes down, your property taxes go up. They always go up. And for people to say, 2007, that's but right before the bubble, the height of the market. It doesn't matter. It's the same story. Let me ask you this, rhetorically, for people who want to play that game. When the bubble burst in 2008 and your home value fell 20% overnight, did your property taxes go down 20%? No, of course not.
They didn't.
Of course not. They went up. You know why they went up? Because what's the driver of property taxes, as we were just talking about with the Glen Ellen referendum? Local school district spending. And if you look over a 20-year period at school district spending in Northwest Suburban Cook, these affected communities, you see Park Ridge School District 64 up 76%. Skokie School District 69 up 72%. Niles 219 up 70%. And on down the line. Now, there are a couple of school districts that have actually retrenched and held school spending flat as enrollment is flat or declining. So I want to give credit to school districts like 214 and that have in Arlington Heights that have essentially kept pace with enrollment growth. And one of the reasons that they've just kept, one of the reasons that Arlington Heights has seen the least negative impact, is because of fairly responsible management, given all of the complications of overseeing a big school district by that school board and those administrators. So good for them. It's not trying to blame anybody singularly, and I'm not interested in the blame shifting game either. I'm saying this is a system that destroys home value. And what do you get in return? Are you getting a 75, 80% better product out of these school districts? The test scores say no. The academic performance says no. So what are we doing here?
The people say no, Dan. That's why enrollment's down, because they're leaving.
Yes,
the
right,
people are
exactly.
saying no. So there's no way to sustain this over time. And look, we've talked about this previously, and we talk about it privately. If you can't stoke a revolt over everyone losing their number one investment, their only way to plan for a future, their only way to leave something behind for generations to come, if you can't stoke a revolt over that, you can't do it over anything.